Tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Central Time, we do have the most weighted, the most weighted economic indicator that is going to move the markets and pretty much every single stock in this market one way or another, up or down. And I believe this move, whether it's up or down, is going to be significant because this is kind of like the Super Bowl of economic indicator that we're kind of waiting tomorrow morning. Because yeah, this is crucious, right? Now, as you look now, futures for the US market looks in the green, which is a good thing, especially also by looking at crypto, which is also green. But remember, things can go really south really, really quick, especially as we get the CPI. So I want to share with you exactly why to expect, because I believe this is something every investor in the stock market should be ready to move quickly, especially if you were day trading or swing trading or investing on some of the stock that you are still profitable so far in 2022. So, core CPI, what is the market waiting on? Not only we have core CPI, we're also going to have the CPI and the PPI on Thursday. And on Friday, we're going to have the consumer sentiment. So the remaining days of this week is going to be loaded in terms of inflation. And this is really, really important because if the CPI number comes tomorrow higher than expected, I believe it's going to create a new sell-off trend, giving more power to the bears, more power to the short sellers, to the sellers, and to people who are already in panic mode. Hence, pushing further down stocks on the downtrend, which could not be, everybody's kind of tired of these reds. Now, the expectation of the CPI is month over month to cool down to 0.2% in April. You can see it here in March, and from 1.2% in March, and an annual increase of 8.1%. That will be a 0.4 percentage point lower than the prior 8.5% that we had. This is year over year. All right. Now, if it comes around, 7.8, if it comes with something started with 7, then I believe it's going to be really, really great. The reason why I am still not confident into this scenario is because, first of all, China's consumer price index for the month of April actually lifted higher by 2.1%. The China consumer price index, so the CPI for China, rose 2.1% in April from a year earlier, picking up from March 1.5% increase. So I wouldn't be surprised if for the US market, things go this exact direction. Why? Because when you look at food and energy, I'm looking at energy now, and oil barrels is still above $100. And this is given a recent sell-off because it was still sitting at $110 2 days ago. All right. So I don't believe food and energy will still be as lower as we expected it to be. But at least the other scenario that can be very bullish for stocks is if instead of having a decrease, we have something along the lines of this 8.5. So if we see 8.4, maybe 8.6, or maybe 8.7, then it will mean that at least, even if inflation is not going further down, at least it is remaining at the same levels, which will show a sign of stagflation, meaning it didn't increase significantly, but at the same time, it did not decrease significantly. So both scenarios, either we come up to what the market expects around, 8.5, then yeah. But if we go above that and we hit a new all-time high, that should be panic. And because it will create panic, because the market is already stretched, because the market is already extended on the red zone. The Dow Jones is could be below, went below 32,000 today, went below 4,000 for the S&P, and the NASDAQ, it's below 12,000. So these are levels that are kind of sitting on the dangerous part when it comes to additional selling pressure, which could be, stretching. That's why I'm saying depending on your strategy on stocks, depending on what kind of stocks I believe the whole market can go bananas tomorrow, one direction or the other. And that's why people should be ready to move and to react quickly, especially if you are in this market for the short term. If you're in for the long term, then it will give you an opportunity to kind of, either average up or average down. But otherwise, yeah, just be ready. That's the message.